Hi, I'm Maya. What would you do if your mother invited your ex-boyfriend to your wedding without telling you? I was furious, embarrassed, ready to cut her out of my life forever. Until Jake showed me the private investigator's report my mother had commissioned, and I realized she hadn't invited him to ruin my wedding. She'd invited him to save my future. Before we dive in, what time are you watching this, and where are you from? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. Because sometimes the people who love you most have to do the most painful things to protect you. It all started 6 months ago. When Marcus and I got engaged, my mother started acting strange. Normally, she was overly excited about wedding planning, but this time she was distant and worried. Maya, do you really know Marcus? She asked me one day. Mom, we've been together for 2 years. Of course I know him. But what do you know about his past, his family, his previous relationships? Mom, why are you acting like this? Marcus is a perfect man. My mother went quiet that day, but I could see she was still worried. Marcus really did seem perfect. A successful lawyer, handsome, romantic. He brought me flowers, opened doors for me, was happy to spend time with my family. I couldn't understand why my mother didn't like him. During the wedding preparations, my mother continued asking strange questions. Maya, have you ever seen Marcus's previous marriage certificates? Mom, Marcus has never been married. You know this. What about ex-girlfriends? Have you talked to them? Mom, these are ridiculous questions. Marcus is open about his past. But my mother insisted. One day, she even asked Marcus directly, Marcus, isn't anyone from your family coming to the wedding? My family is very far away, Patricia. Plus, we don't get along very well. Why? What happened? Marcus was uncomfortable. Personal matters. I hope you understand. That night, my mother and I argued. Mom, why are you asking Marcus so many questions? The man is getting uncomfortable. Maya, a mother has instincts. Something doesn't feel right. This is jealousy. You're afraid of losing me. My mother was hurt. Maya, I'm not afraid of losing you. I'm afraid of you getting hurt. But I didn't listen to her. I had to choose between Marcus and my mother, and I chose my husband. When the wedding day arrived, everything was perfect. The beachside venue, the flowers, the music, just like I had dreamed. Marcus was standing at the altar, and I was walking toward him in my wedding dress on my father's arm. The ceremony was beautiful. I could see the love in Marcus's eyes. When we said I do, the guests applauded. Even my mother was smiling. Maybe she realized she wasn't right. The reception began. We danced, ate, speeches were made. Everything was perfect until Jake appeared. It was around 8 o'clock. Marcus and I had already had our first dance. The guests were eating, music was playing. Suddenly I saw a familiar silhouette at the door. Jake, my ex-boyfriend who I broke up with 3 years ago. We hadn't even spoken since then. My heart felt like it would jump out of my chest. Marcus noticed me. Maya, what's wrong? Why are you so pale? I dot, dot, dot. Jake was walking straight to our table. He was wearing a suit, but he didn't look like a guest. He had an envelope in his hand. Maya, he said as he approached, I need to talk to you. Marcus stood up. Excuse me, who are you? I'm Jake, Maya's old friend. Guests started looking. I could hear whispers. Jake, what are you doing here? I asked, my voice trembling. Your mother called me, Maya. She said I needed to talk to you. My mother? Of course, my mother. My mother? Why would my mother call you? Jake extended the envelope. You need to read this, right now. Marcus intervened. Buddy, this is a wedding. Whatever this is, you can discuss it another time. No, Jake said, his eyes on Marcus. This can't wait. I took the envelope. Maya, urgent, was written on it in my mother's handwriting. When I opened the envelope, a thick file came out. Private detective report about Marcus Thompson was written on the cover. My heartbeat quickened. What is this? Read it, Jake said quietly. When I opened the first page, my eyes widened. Marcus Thompson, born 1985 Detroit. Previous marriages: Jennifer Martinez, 2010 to 2012. Divorce due to fraud: Sarah Williams, 2013 to 2015. Divorce, financial abuse: Rebecca Chen, 2016 to 2018. Divorce, identity theft. My hands started trembling. This was impossible. Marcus had told me he'd never been married. This is a lie, I said. This is fake. Jake turned the second page. There were marriage certificates. Marcus's photo, signature, everything was real. Marcus was trying to see the report. Maya, what is that? I continued reading. There was the same pattern in every marriage. Marcus would meet women, make them fall in love, marry them, then steal their money and disappear. Marcus, I said, my voice ice cold, are these marriage certificates yours? Marcus's face changed. That sweet smile was gone now. Maya, I can explain. Explain then, I shouted. The entire reception was looking at us now. Maya, the past is in the past. I love you. This is different. Different? You've been married to 3 different women. You told me you'd never been married. My mother came to us. She was crying but determined. Maya, I had to do it this way. I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen to me. How long have you known? 1 month after you got engaged. Marcus's behavior seemed familiar to me. I hired a private detective. Marcus tried to run, but some of the guests stopped him. Maya, please, this time is real. I really love you. Jake stepped forward. Maya, there's more in the report. Marcus is still married to Rebecca Chen. The divorce never actually happened. So he wasn't just a serial marriage fraudster. He was also a bigamist. So I'm not even legally married right now? No, Jake said, because Marcus's marriage to Rebecca is still valid. Everything was happening so fast. On my wedding day, in front of 200 guests, my life was falling apart. Marcus, you need to leave, I said. Now. Maya, please. Go, I shouted. Marcus left. The guests were in shock. I was standing there in my wedding dress, holding the documents of my fake marriage. My mother hugged me. I'm sorry, Maya. I didn't want it to happen this way, but... You did the right thing, Mom, I said, crying. What would have happened if Jake hadn't come? Marcus was going to empty your bank accounts after you returned from the honeymoon, Jake said. His plan is in the report, too. He was going to claim you were pregnant, then disappear with a business trip excuse. That night, Jake and I talked. He told me how my mother found him, why she trusted him. When your mother reached out to me, I didn't believe it at first. But when I saw the detective report, Maya, this man is dangerous. You were going to be his 4th victim. But why did you come? I was horrible to you when we broke up. Because I still care about you, Maya. Even if I'm not in love, I couldn't watch you ruin your life for the wrong man. The next day, police found Marcus. He was arrested on charges of fraud, bigamy, and identity theft. We learned he was still defrauding Rebecca Chen, too. I met Marcus's other victims. Jennifer, Sarah, Rebecca. All similar stories. Perfect boyfriend, quick marriage, then financial disaster. You're lucky, Maya, Jennifer had said. Your mother saved you. We didn't have family, or they believed Marcus. A month later, my mother and I were sitting and talking. Mom, I'm sorry I was angry at you. You were trying to protect me. Maya, that's a mother's job. Sometimes we have to protect our children even if they hate us for it. But how did you figure out about Marcus? The way he treated you. It was too perfect, too fast. Real love takes time, requires patience. Marcus was getting everything too easily. So why did you choose Jake? Because Jake really loved you. The reason you broke up was his honesty, not lies like Marcus. I knew you would trust him. 6 months later, Jake and I became friends again. Nothing romantic, just friendship. Yeah, he also taught me a lesson. The past doesn't always have to be an enemy. Marcus got 3 years in prison. He had to pay compensation to his victims. I'm lucky because I didn't lose money, just lost a fake marriage. Today, I'm 28 years old and still single, but I'm not in a hurry. As my mother says, real love takes time. My mother is no longer a wedding planner. She became a life coach. She teaches women to recognize red flags. She even has a seminar called Maya's Story. Jake moved to another city, but we talk occasionally. He finally found the right person, too. He's getting married next month. This time, my mother is invited. Most importantly, my relationship with my mother is better than ever. Because now I understand. Sometimes love hurts. Sometimes the person protecting you is the person hurting you. And sometimes your ex-boyfriend has to come to your wedding to save you from your future husband. Have you ever gone against your mother in a situation where you thought she was protecting you? Or did you misunderstand someone who was trying to help you? Write your story below. I read them all. If you love listening to real family dramas, don't forget to subscribe. Because sometimes the greatest love stories begin with love stories that end before they begin.